Recently, I was invited to this furry convention to do autographs and participate in panels with people. As I am somewhat of a well known content creator and voice actor within the community, I never want to go back to that trash heap. Not only have I spotted such bafflingly poor security practices and fights break out, but the area itself was horribly unkempt. Drugs stank up the hotel hallways, which set the fire alarms off. People with certain fetishes plagued almost every room I walked into. And even the police were called. It was a nightmare, yes, but I'd say the worst part about my experience was the people who were supposed to be my fan base. One of them almost took my life last night. And my God, I wish I had the courage to actually fight back. That jackhole, however, made the others look less like starving animals. I slammed the door to my hotel room shut and crashed onto my bed like a zombie. I was bone tired, alone, and still afraid of that mob. Sure, I'm glad that one actually competent security guard managed to get me out of there and into the car I was escorted in, but the crowd ended up mauling me. A huge chunk of my hair was ripped from its scalp. My shirt was almost forcefully removed. I had a rough gash on my face from when a fan attempted to touch me. And the one object I tried my hardest to protect ended up getting in the wrong hands. My fucking phone. There's a reason why I trust no one with my devices. Firstly, because my Discord account was between me and close mutuals only. Second, I had some photos stored in my gallery. This was before I came out, during a time where I feared discrimination and harassment. But it contained a few pictures of men, mostly consisting of characters from fandoms I like. I'm positive you can imagine my anger after finding out. Pounded my fist against the bed, screamed in my pillow, wanted to vom. Calling every hotel associated with the area to check if anyone left it at a lost and found led to jack shit. The officer who escorted me out couldn't find it in the vehicle either. It had no tracker, and my family didn't use tracking apps either. Eventually, after my outburst, I made an effort to calm myself down by having a TV dinner and watching some videos online. I guess it worked, sort of. I was still livid, but at least I had a chance to distract myself. That is until the intrusive thoughts came shooting in out of nowhere. Discord was installed on my laptop. What if whoever had my phone sent them inappropriate messages or lied about me somehow? What if they told my friends about my sexual orientation? Or something twice as personal? My finger hovered over the mousepad. I contemplated keeping my fingers off of that application, but I gave in. I had to know. No new messages to or from my mutuals. At least none from that day. But I did see a blacked out profile with a bunch of inexplicable symbols in its tag ping me. God damn it. I forgot to set my DMs to friends only. Click. First two things I see: a screenshot of my gallery on 40% battery life, and that image. That stupid, infamous boy kisser meme being used as a taunting device against me. You like kissing boys, don't you? I felt the veins in my brain bubble just reading that. Typing back on the verge of tears, I asked them who they were and why the hell they had my phone. Not that I'd expect them to give me a straight answer, but I at least wanted to know their true intentions. Another reply. Just several more animations plastered across my screen, with essentially the same message. I tried to say something, anything back to them, but I kept backspacing and backspacing and backspacing. I mashed the call button several times to get their attention. No answer. I fell on my back, grabbing my face and indirectly begging whoever was on the other side to just tell me what they were pulling. I couldn't take it. But one new message with a completely whitened, captioned JPEG. No cat in sight. I like you. And I want you. An inscrutable, unmistakable fat chance. There's no plausible way. How can they make fun of me, put my secrets at risk of being public at the time, and then go on to say they have a thing for me? I didn't believe a word he spat out. This either had to be a troll or worse. Some stalker with mishandled planning. One new message. The white cat came back, dancing on my screen. The last one found me out. Another new message seconds after. It made a meowing motion with its lips. The only difference from this caption compared to the others was that the text was uncentered, pressed against the left side of the border instead. Guts too mucky. Open wide. I went to take a break by getting my dried clothes from the hotel laundry room. I felt queasy from all that I had read previously, and paranoia merged alongside that like connective cells. Questions ran through my head in rivers. What if the fans find their way into this hallway? What if I run into one of them and if they're nice, my fears take over and I run off? What was supposed to be an attempt at relaxation turned into another bottled up freakout, with me speed walking my way back, struggling to keep my balled up clothing from trailing on the ground. Honestly, Looking back on that, it makes me incredibly relieved that I managed to get to my hotel room in time. Above all, after the next two messages I had received. Boom. Two files. The first one was a video. Whoever had my phone was recording the exterior of the hotel. Slowly revealing itself in front of the camera was a fuzzy white glove, modified to have 4 fingers. They twitched in presumable agony or desperation, and a loud cough erupted in my headphones before the last second hit. Next to that attachment was yet again another captioned image of the cat staring me down from inside my screen. "Let's dance, baby. It'll fix me." From that point forward, the symbols in their username switched from incomprehensible gibberish to "fix me." That phrase was all they responded with whenever I begged them for an answer. Until it started spamming. Message after message, just "fix me" and nothing else. I raced over to the room phone and dialed up the receptionist downstairs, begging her to get security. Police wasn't a very viable option at the moment, since this motherfucker could have been in the elevator, rising up to my floor any second now. The receptionist mentioned that she saw someone in a fursuit heading to the elevator and asked me for my room number. Right as I spat it out, loud knocking came from the door. My gaze shifted over to the frame. Calling out, nothing responded. Knocks turned into scratches, scratches became pounds. The receptionist repeatedly said my name over the phone to try to get my attention. All of it stopped. Boom. From across the room. One new message. The last image I received in the midst of more silence. There it was. The cat. Blinded, spit raining from the roof of its mouth, maw animalistically wide, wrinkles circling its lips, all while those rosy red cheeks stayed perfectly intact. Suck the phlegm from my gullet. I didn't want to peep through that hole. My eyes went bloodshot simply imagining what could be on the other side. It couldn't have been security. Wouldn't they have been less patient? Maybe if I sat there long enough and waited for staff to arrive, they would have given up and left me alone on the spot. But my gut beseeched me to look. They had the exact body, tails, ears, face, everything that the boy kisser character could have had for their cosplay, with the exception of their jaws and snout. The two parts were built in such a way where they can be creased up or down, like some stretchy, vintage, bendy figure. His gloved hands, mildly stained with yellow, grabbed onto both mouthpieces and pulled them open, revealing a hole. A hole that unveiled their face. Only mere seconds before staff came in and the figure assumedly disappeared. What I saw before me made me upchuck right on my carpet. That same exact smile that the last image had, right on the mark, flooding with slimy spit, gums exposing, reminiscent of a famished predator, emerging from the back of their throat, thin as a shoestring, and facing my direction. A single, pale lamprey squeezed through the gaps of their stinking teeth.